years old. So you can see that I had to wait. But yeah, so please, Ansidele, you can sit down. I'm just going to take 5 minutes and talk about both of them at the same time. So, as you've heard, I started this journey because I wanted to know my mom. I was 20 months old, I had no memory, and so it was a case of, okay, yes, I'm here, but who was she? Right? Beyond being my dad's wife and my mother, who was she? And so, one of my aunties connected me with Auntie Dupe, who is here in Ibadan, who then connected me with Auntie Dele, and Auntie Dele just ran with it. And I'm just so glad, because through their words, I have gotten to know her. So, as Shola will say, as Shola will say, if I don't do this, my life would have been wasted. That's my life's mission, right? I grew up in a good household. I went to good schools. I had food to eat. In fact, some would even say I lived a privileged life because I grew up in UI. My father was a professor. I went to private schools. The driver took me to school, all of that. However, I was a little girl, and my quest is to help children like me and children who have similar stories. Some may or may not have had good backgrounds, but the point is, even though each loss is different, there's still some gap that needs to be filled. And that's why Diamonds in the Rough exists, to help with issues of grief, self-esteem, identity, leadership, purpose, and essentially being able to live an intentional life. The one thing that helped me is the fact that I got born again at 12 years old. If I didn't, my life would have gone in a completely different direction, right? So Diamonds in the Rough exists to ensure that one of the things that my mom thought about, the fact that children need to be nurtured, comes to fruition. We're just starting. It has started with an idea. God gave it to me in 2001. This is 25 years later. But I'm comforted in the fact that even with Abraham and Sarah, it took them 25 years, but then their dream came to pass in 9 months. So we're trusting God that in 9 months, Diamonds in the Rough would have its story out there. It would have its first program or what have you. But Diamonds in the Rough and these commemorative magazine are the two things that this woman, or the loss of this woman, has brought into being. So in the coming days, we'll share more about the magazine and Diamonds in the Rough. And thank you for listening.
All right, thank you very much once again, Dr. Fumi Akinyele, for sharing that vision with us. And I want to appeal to us that we can start praying, putting DIR, which is Diamonds in the Rough, in our prayers, because that is a project that will touch many people's lives, especially young people who are traumatized by the loss of their parents, whether mother or father. Thank you, Olori Abi, for quickly chipping that in, that vice versa. It's not just, the women, but also men in the life. Fathers are very important also in the lives of their children. And women are simply irreplaceable. Thank you so very much for all that you do. Right. I want to give two people the opportunity to give their tribute. Of course, we had an order before, but because of time, and we had to quickly do a few things. But I'll just give two people 1 minute each, maximum, say 2 minutes. You want to give your tribute, I'm going to give you the microphone, and then you'll give your tribute. So please, if you want to say something, you signify, and then I bring the microphone. Thank you, ma. Would you like to come here? I should bring it to you. Okay, thank you, ma. Please, let's make her feel welcome. That's Olori. Thank you, Olori.
Good afternoon, everybody. I met Funke in Queen's Hall in September 1967. No, we have two entries at that time. What they call the 100 level now is what we call prelim. And what they call 200 level now is what we call part 1. Funke entered in part 1, and I entered in 100 level, which is prelim. So we were not in the same, we were in the same hall, we were not in the same wing, but we usually meet because she's French, I'm studying English at that time. So, because she entered in part 1, I wasn't sure